All right, Libras, let's talk about your month ahead. Spirit and universe, what are the messages and advice and guidance for Libras? Life and love for Libras. Messages for Libras. Pull these up so you can see them. Cool, Libras. All right. What do we have? We have all these retrogrades. I'm not going to talk about it because everybody's talking about it. A lot of retrogrades right now. It's been an interesting time. We're through with Cancer season. It was a little crazy that during the last month. I know you know what I'm talking about. So now here we are in Leo season. And what do you have? This is perfect. There's offers. Your defenses are down. There's honest activity going on. You're even-tempered. There's a love situation that's turning around. You're feeling good about it or getting over it. You don't feel this heavy burden. Oh, quickly. I didn't mean to go through that so quickly, but I think honestly, Libras, for everyone, all the readings that I've done thus far, there's a common theme in all of the messages, and I understand everyone's charts are different and all these planetary movements affect everyone differently. Yes, we understand that, but I think as a collective, moving from this crazy, hectic Cancer season that we just had, that was more crazy than usual, into this Leo season with the current retrogrades, I think there's a sigh of relief for everyone, and there's also this additional energy that's pushing people ahead to make adjustments. Plus, we're in eclipse season, so there's a lot of letting go, and I think more than the other eclipse seasons that we've had, I think there is a transitioning occurring for everyone that has to do with letting go of the past, letting go of the emotional side of the pain, and moving towards creating and recreating what and who we want to be in this world. So with that being said, all of these cards heavily speak to that. Even this Five of Cups, because even this Five of Cups that traditionally and still means regret. But this card in this deck is interesting because in other decks, let me see if I can show it. Let me see if I can find it. In other decks, he or she is looking towards the cups that have fallen over, looking back towards the past and kind of ignoring and cloaking himself from the two cups that are still upright. The emotions that still can be and that still are. It doesn't all have to be bad and frustrating and angry and painful, right? We know this. But this deck I like, and it speaks to what we're talking about now. These cups that have been tipped over are at her side. And she's not ignoring the past. She's not ignoring the hurt feelings and the stressful emotions. And she's turning her head away from this rough water. But she's also sitting amidst it and sitting on ground. So she's trying to and working herself into a grounded state, not discounting what has happened, but she's very clearly looking at what still can be. So this is such a positive card, despite its connotation of regret. So for you, with these new offers, this could be a water sign coming into the picture, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could be someone just offering and initiating and inviting you to join them, to be happy, They are coming towards you, offering something that is bountiful and fresh and real. Ships coming in. And not only everything I just said with this, but there's a light-hearted energy to it. So Libras, you're very likely dealing with a water sign. They are very likely a very fresh energy. They very likely have creative offers for you. And it's very likely making you feel like now you can breathe again because it is going to be okay. Not that you didn't feel like it was going to be okay late before, but now there's this definite sigh of relief and release. So as we move further down in the bottom of the deck, we do have the Hermit. So there's wavy motion here. When we have all of this crashing water, taking a breather and relaxing and contemplating this that is happening, contemplating this that you want to have happen, contemplating if you feel that you have done everything to your knowledge that you could have done, want to do, should have done, all that stuff. So there's a quiet piece here of internal analysis, and it's being answered by lighthearted fun, caring, supportive offers. So you're not forgetting this, but you're more interested in this. So what do we have in this top area here? We have the Lovers, the Seven of Swords reversed, and Temperance. So what a beautiful entrance, even-keeled emotional state, 1 foot on the ground, still in touch with emotions, but handling them with care, rainbows, birds, sun, flowers, all around you, okay? This is a nice energy. This is a card of Sagittarius, a fire sign. Fire signs are always known as like the eternal optimists. So, but not ignorance either, because she's making sure that she's not running away with her emotions. She does, in fact, have 1 foot firmly planted on the ground. This is your energy, letting go of or forgiving or forgetting past hurts, lying, cheating, stealing. Okay? It's reversed, so that's not occurring in your current situation. It may have in the past, but again, taking it for what it was, moving forward. And then we have the Lovers card. So yes, you could be dealing with an air sign, but you don't have to be. But this is definitely, just like the Temperance card, Libras, this is definitely saying that you are approaching love or being in love with, while keeping your wits about you, frankly. Because when we look at this, there's this union is being blessed by a divine energy, but it's a head and a heart decision. It's not running away with emotions. It's keeping 1 foot firmly planted on the ground. Head and heart decision. Something and someone you can trust. Looking forward. Defenses are down. And then we have the Empress. Libras, the Empress means a whole bunch of things. It can mean pregnancy. It can mean giving birth. It can mean fertility of ideas, fertility of creativity, definitely abundance of youthful energy. So and that's what this card speaks to also, youthful, fun, loving, supportive messages. So there could be this ambiance in your love life, or even just in your attitude about your love life. If you're single and not really looking or searching for love, there's an ambiance of youthful, fresh, energetic optimism about this month for you, about your view of love, about your view of your love in your relationship. Moving forward from either third-party relationships or broken hearts. Again, we're in this middle of this eclipse season, so there's a lot of letting go. And this sits very nicely for you, Libras, right next to the World card, the last major arcana card that speaks very heavily to endings. Preparing yourself, and not in a stressful manner, preparing yourself, preparing your life, your love, your relationship, your energy for a whole new phase. And it's part of encompassing what has made us who we are, taking the good parts of that, forgetting the bad parts, and moving forward into something that can grow. Look at this diamond right here. Fully accepting this whole process, keeping your wits about you, not forgetting the past, but moving on from it, even keeled, not being overwhelmed. Honestly, a lot of readings have been very good and positive this month. This is probably one of my favorites so far because it is so clear. I think a lot of times people think that tarot has to be heavy and emotional and guide us. It does guide us through our confusion. It does guide us through our deepest, darkest imagination, right? Where our imaginations can go. But sometimes it is a guiding light to say, look, you're doing well. This is a great place to be in. That's what it's telling you this month, Libras. Let's pull some outcome. I'm not even going to pull some clarifiers. You want to pull some clarifiers? Let's pull some clarifiers. I can't just not pull clarifiers for you. Let's pull clarifiers on this Five of Cups. Spirit and Universe, what are the messages relating to this Five of Cups for Libras? Yeah, there may be regrets in the past, but that's not where the focus is. There may have been feeling left out in the cold. There may have been, or maybe currently still are, a little bit of financial trials, but it's not the focus. The focus is pulling our ego in and letting our guard down and humbling ourselves for what is next. Which you're doing with grace, apparently. Let's clarify this World card. When the World card appears like this, because the Ten of Wands is an end. It's an end to being stressed out. It's an end to like feeling like you always have to be pressing towards being an overachiever. There's a relaxation about your energy and your stress levels when this card is really reversed. So these three cards here are just lined up beautifully. You're ready. This is telling you that you're ready. And it's not anything you have to fear or be stressed about or worry about how your mental state, your physical state, your emotional and spiritual state will be impacted by the change, because I think you've been preparing for this already, and now it's time for you to move towards that. You are ready. Please clarify this World card for Libras. One more. The Hanged Man. Okay. It is time. It is time. You are ready. It's happening. However, you are taking... I like this with this Ten of Wands here a great deal, Libras, because the Hanged Man is the card of Pisces, so you have a lot of watery energy in your reading anyway. But there's an interesting thing about Piscean energy. Doesn't mean you're dealing with a Pisces. You could be, but a watery energy definitely. But there's an interesting thing about Piscean energy. It is the very last sign in the 12th house of the natural zodiac. What that means is that the spirit has emotion, whatever, the person, whatever, has gone through all of these phases of being the initiator and the grounded person and the talkative person and the intellectual person and the hard work, gone through all of those phases. And so there's a wiseness to a Piscean energy. And part of wisdom, as we age and gain more and more wisdom, part of that is knowing when to pause and listen to what signs and symbols the universe, I use that word lightly, it could be God, it could be energy, whatever you believe in with respect to signs that your intuition gives you. As we gain wisdom, we learn the importance of listening and watching. So 1, it is time. 2, you are ready. 3, you are aware of how to listen. That's what this halo is referencing above his head. Because he's literally hanging out, waiting and watching for signs and symbols before moving forward. Let's clarify the Hanged Man. Please clarify the Hanged Man for Libras. And part of this, now Libras, this is an important thing I'm going to say here, and don't take offense. Everyone's chart's different. We know this. But there is an aspect of you that weighs. Should I, shouldn't I? What about all this? I need to gather all this information before I make a decision. I need to gather all the pros and cons, always weighing the pros and cons, which is a good trait. More people need to weigh out all the pros and cons and consider every aspect before making decisions. But be careful not to get yourself into an analysis paralysis. Instead, we need to very much listen to and watch for signs and symbols that are being made aware to us, that are being given to us, shown us, instead of getting caught up in your mind. Okay? Just remember that. Remember that through the month. Remember that through the month. Okay, let's pull some, let me clarify the Empress. One more clarification. Please clarify the Empress for Libras. One more. Hey. There is a you're maintaining faith and belief. And you may have gone through some healing, and that's prepared you for being able to expend energy here. You may have been healing from here, which you have done. This is a card of Aquarius. The Aquarius is the water bearer. A lot of people always mistaken it for a water sign, but it's a water bearer because the Aquarian energy is kind of the humanitarian of the zodiac, in which there is a depth of wisdom there. It sits right next to the Pisces. It's the 11th house, the house of networking, friendships, and community. So always being available to offer and understand the importance of our own actions and how they impact the greater collective. So when we're talking about healing, it's not so much on an internal level. It is, but it is for the purpose of what else we need to heal so we can get back out there to give and to assist and to help and to teach and be in the community, be with our friends. So this is interesting because you've gone through some healing and now you're ready to kind of re-emerge in a new role, in a new phase in your life, back out into the world, in a new relationship, in an official relationship, in a marriage, in a new position at work, or something, in a new position in your community, something along those lines. And you've been in a preparatory phase to get this energy, which you now have. We see that here, we see that here, we see that here. Okay? All right, let's pull some advice and guidance and outcome cards for you, Libras. What a phenomenal reading. What a phenomenal reading. Okay. Ace of Wands, Tower reverse, Six of Swords, bottom of the deck. Can this even get any better? Frankly, Ten of Pentacles, moving into abundance, moving to the final stage of where you see kind of this precipice of what you want to be and do and have in your life. You are there or quickly approaching being there, whatever that thing is that you want, that you've been working towards, that you see that that demonstrate stability and happiness for you. Again, we have this newfound energy, this newfound passion. This is also a phallic symbol, so you could be having a new relationship or reconnecting with somebody, your current partner. Again, the Tower is reversed at this time for you. So there is, again, a rebuilding of the foundation. Again, you're moving to a new phase. You have spent time, or have been very recently, with the Hermit here as well, spending time in analysis mode, preparing yourself, leaving the rough waters, moving into calmer waters, moving to greener pastures with all of your thoughts and ideas, and you've been organizing them, setting them straight so you can, in fact, ultimately build something. You're there. It's time to build. All right? Okay, Libras, I love you. Thank you so much. I love you, Libras. Bye.